Yo, you already know it's your boy RaCertified, and right now you tuned into the Untold.
Got my man already certified on Untold. He made it, man. He made it to the platform.
This the platform right now, man. Glad to be here, y'all.
No doubt, man. Listen, man, for the people that don't know, you know what I'm saying, you know what you do, what you represent, your movement, give us the rundown.
Well, you already know, man. Uptown, you know. I rep Uptown, writer, director, rapper, actor, all around artist, RaCertified, That's what it stands for, rebel art, you know what I'm saying? So.
Oh, that's what. All right. That's crazy because I never knew, and I don't know why I never asked you that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it changed around a couple times too, but I like how that stick. We're gonna do with the rebel art thing.
Right. So most people know you for back in the day. You guys used to have the Dickie coats with the dangerous villains.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then you switched it to Danger Zone. I seen everybody pretty much Uptown, G-Town, they was rocking the mask shirt said Danger Zone, man. Like what was your idea for that?
So like you said, man, we went by the dangerous villains things as youngins, you know what I mean? Middle school, going into high school, we had that rolling, So when we transitioned to like the entertainment business and stuff like that, I'm like, all right, I don't want to stay too far away from where we come from, you know what I mean? So we just, kind of evolved it, you know what I mean? Kind of, just kept the dangerous part in it or whatever, and then, went to the danger zone thing. So, just kept it simple, you know what I mean? Something that everybody kind of relate to.
Now, in that era, you're from an era where it was certain neighborhoods that was warring with each other, you know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to rap battling and things like that. And some of it, would you say that peeled off into the school?
And oh yeah, most definitely. See, like then, man, like when we was in high school, like that's what it was all about. Like, you know what I mean? Like I went to King, so like I feel like Martin Luther King was like hip hop university. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like where you had to like polish your skills and be battle tested and all them type of things or whatever. So like just coming from Uptown, period, like you had to walk around to them different neighborhoods. So I'm from up top, I'm from Somerville. So we had to walk through the lane, you know what I mean? We had to walk back Haynes Street. We had to walk back in front of and back of Germantown Hospital, and we had to battle all them different little cliques, you know what I mean? So that's how you got your name up back then, you know what I'm saying? Like you had to go through that.
And that was before the DVD area, right?
That's right before it. Yeah, that's like right before it. Like
and just touching on that battling era, you from that era where people will walk up and say, yo, I'm looking for RaCertified, yo, I'm trying to battle them. Like how was that journey?
I mean, you gotta be ready for it. Like I said, like you already made your name, you know what I mean? You already got your buzz up, so people already hear about you, and it's no DVDs and things right now. So now it's like I gotta see what is, you know what I mean, what is hitting for, like what he really got, you know what I mean? So that's like an everyday thing. I mean, 2 to 3, 4 battles a day, like.
Wow,
you had to be sharp. Like you had to have your pen sharp. I went by razor back then, so shit was sharp. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And you can't spit the same stuff, can you?
Nah, hell no. Especially if it's the same spectators around. Yeah, nah, you can't do that. And that's before the crowd in the back ad-libbing you. You know what I'm saying? That's before that too. It was like motto and motto. Like, you know what I mean? Like just head up. You and whoever hot in that team. Battle, it's like levels. Whoever at this level C, battle the nigga at level C. You know what I mean? Whoever at level A, gonna battle the top dog over there. Like, you know what I mean? So that's just how that shit went.
At that time, in that era, besides yourself, who you would say would be like the top dog of Philadelphia in that arena?
Like the battle shit?
Yeah.
See, around that time, Cassidy was making noise. So you had a lot of punchline, you know what I mean? A lot of dudes trying, like, punchline on top of punchline on top of punchline. So you had, so I would probably say Cassidy at that time. Like, then you had the I mean, the radio show where you can tune in and I mean, you hear all the different hot dudes from all around the city or whatever. So I think that's probably where I think he probably hold that, like, you know what I mean, in this city, like far as like before the URL stuff and what Ness doing and, you know, with all the Battle Academy and all that, like before all that, I think it was Cassidy, like, you know what I mean, walking up, like, had the battle niggas, you know what I'm saying?
Right. You think Cass still got it?
Battling? I mean, Cassidy's still a punchline rapper, you know what I'm saying? So,
but do you think like he can coexist with today's rappers?
no, I mean, I don't think. See, look, this is my thing. Before I even get all, yeah, I mean, into that, this is my thing. Rap is on like a different level right now. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like a library. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can go in there and you can grab whatever type of rap you want to grab. You know what I'm saying? So you go grab, you know what I mean, history rap. You go grab gospel rap. You go grab gangster rap. You know what I'm saying? You got your drill rap. So I think right now, that's like where is at with rap. So, you know what I mean? I can't knock what he doing. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's still like in his lane, like with his punchlines, and that's probably most comfortable for him to be battling somebody than to be like making like hits and, you know, song making and things like that. So
Right. Well, recently Cassidy was supposed to battle John the Don on his battle league, and he didn't show up to the face off, nor did he show up to the actual battle.
was it a money thing?
Yeah, it was a front end, back end type of situation. So John didn't get like no call, no show. Like he been reaching out to, you know, to his folks, and nobody's picking up. You think he should get his money back?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, that shit should all be in the contract. Like, you know what I'm saying? No call, no show type thing. Like, yeah, I think that's something he gotta take up with the platform. You know what I mean?
Right. I agree.
Cause niggas burn them niggas all the time. Like, you know, from what I see, like, you know what I mean? I watch them things and see the behind the scenes shit, and niggas drop the bag on a nigga to pop out, and nigga don't pop out, then they do the battle a year later, 2 years later, shit ain't even relevant no more because a nigga owe a nigga a battle. So that's something they gotta figure out in the contracts, like, you know what I mean, right up front. Like,
right. Vodka said that they should just change and reschedule for a later date.
What you mean? Like what as far as they situate? Well, that's that's what I just said. That's what's gonna happen. Like, that's what usually happens. They schedule for another date, like somewhere down the line or whatever.
You
like,
think
What about the next bag though? You don't get the bag because you already got it.
Yeah, you already got the bag. It's like you owe a performer. It's like a performer. You book a nigga for a club, and whatever happened, he can't show up or whatever. But the bag is spent. Like, you know what I'm saying? So he got to pop out another time. Like, usually how it go.
Have you seen Cassidy's latest battles? He battled Goods. He battled Arsenal. He battled Hitman Holla.
I seen the Arsenal one. I ain't seen no. What's the last one he did?
I believe the last one he did was Hitman Holla. He did okay.
I seen that.
He did okay. They say that he's the guy that's the go-to for the face-offs.
Hitman Holla.
No, Cassidy.
Well, I mean, why? Because they can like go at him, like they can.
Well, Cassidy,
he got history. You know what I'm saying? So they can dig into, like, you know, his longevity. So I mean, going into a face off with him, I mean, I guess it would be entertaining. He can stand it. You know what I'm saying? He can talk his shit. Like,
right. Why you ain't going to the battlefield?
I thought about it a while ago. But I salute them. Like, first and foremost, I salute everybody that's in the battle leagues, because that shit technical. You know what I mean? You got to be up on your penmanship. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I just think I'm caught up with so many other things. Like, you know what I mean? Pulling me in so many different directions that writing a rap and rapping right now is just, you know, I can't stand in that arena with none of them right now. I ain't even gonna hold you. I ain't even gonna sit here and fraud. Like, but if I was to be on that, yeah, I think I'd definitely succeed in that area. Like,
I mean, all the disrespect, spitting in your face and talking about your loved ones, like, you could stand there for that?
Yeah, I could. I mean, you know, my jacket clean. I ain't worrying about none of that. Like, so, nah, I ain't worrying about none of that. Ain't a stain on me. So you can dig all you want. Like, you ain't gonna find shit. I'm good. So, yeah.
Trapped in the 90s. That was a good album. I believe I listened to every track that was on there.
Mm-hmm.
I think I heard it on YouTube. Then I went to like Spotify or something. But I originally heard it on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
You had some classics on it. You rapped over some classic beats. Like, what was that whole process and why you wanted to go that direction?
All right. So what happened around that time? I really was on the note like yeah, I mean, rapping, you know what I'm saying? Like, rapping do that shit to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm in it sometimes, and then I'm like, I'm not really feeling it. Like, you know what I mean? I kind of rap from, you know what I mean? I rap from within. So when I ain't feeling it, ain't really shit gonna get, you know what I mean, done. So with around that time, I kind of picked it back up. You know what I'm saying? I picked the pen back up around that time. Like, I kind of was on a hiatus, like, you know, doing some other shit, you know what I'm saying? So I picked it back up, and we was running out in New York. I got a plug out in New York, AD the General, Elegant Hoodness Program. Rest in peace, AD the General.
Rest in peace,
Rest in peace, AD.
Man, I remember.
Yeah, I miss AD. AD very instrumental in my career, especially around that time. Like, cause I ain't, you know, I'm just rapping. You know what I mean? I just got raps, I got songs. We go out in New York, we doing her platform, and you know, we doing the stage performances and stuff like that in front of the New York crowd, hard crowd too. We in Manhattan, you know what I mean? We in the Bronx, we all over New York. Yeah, you know, we Philly niggas, you know what I'm saying? So we up there, and the music I went with, you know what I'm saying? It was on some, you know what I mean? This shit was hot. Like, you know what I mean? It was hot, but it was more slow. You know what I mean? Coming from Philly, like, we give you that pain. You know what I mean? We had like that Beans album. Like, you know what I'm saying? You had them pain beats. You know what I'm saying? So we went over there on that type vibe, you know, and that shit, it didn't really, you know what I mean? It didn't really grab them like I expected to grab them. You know what I mean? So we went back to the drawing board. And as I'm going, and just being out in New York, I think I got bit by like that hip hop thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, like, you know, we used to look at that shit like, damn, and all this shit they got on, like, this shit look weird. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we so like plain, like, you know what I'm saying? We plain, but I get out there, I see all these different styles, all this different shit. So I come back to Philly, and I grab these beats. I grab all these, I grab all the instrumentals or whatever. I'm like, I'm gonna rap on every hot ass 90s beat I can find. Like, all the like early 90s. I was gonna do a 2-part series. I was gonna do like early 90s, and then I was gonna do a late 90s type joint. But I end up just doing the top of the 90s. And went back out there, murdered that shit every time. We end up getting I end up getting Artist of the Year out there in the award show program. My group, Danger Zone, ended up getting #1 group of the year out there. I was runner-up for Lyricist of the Year. It was like, it turned into so much more. We end up going out Miami. Other doors start opening. So I kind of like, you know, I fell in love with rap again off that 90s shit. Crazy part is, came back home, a lot of people wasn't feeling it. Old school niggas was feeling it. A lot of the doors open. Like, when I was out in New York, I mean, we had the hip hop honors. I'm out there with Chuck D. We out there fucking with, oh man, who name them? Like, you know, Furious 5, Mikey D. Shout out my big bro, Mikey D.
Mikey D, that's my guy.
We was fucking with Mr. Cheeks out in New York though. But like in the AD program, you know what I mean, the AD Elegant Hoodness joint, we was fucking with Mr. Cheeks. Shout out all them, everybody. everybody we bumped into, LL, Rakim, Big Daddy Kane. I mean, name them. Like, you know, we didn't.
All the legends was out there, man.
That's my that. Right
Name
there.
them. They all, you know, they all embraced, like they embraced what we was doing. You know, I'm running around with the Dookie chain on at that time. I got the Dookie chain on at that time. So, Craig, damn, I hate fucking up niggas' names, man. My man from with Big Daddy Kane and them.
Oh, Craig G.
Craig G. Craig G.
Yeah.
Craig G. Straight come to me. He like, yo, youngin', I ain't gonna hold you. You know who I am? Like, you know what I'm saying? I said, yeah. Like, you know what I mean? I remember the video, y'all Cowboys and shit of that joint. Like, you know what I mean? So he like, I need to hold your chain. I like, yeah. Craig G. Asked to hold my chain. Craig G. asked to hold my chain. We was at the Hip Hop Honors, New York City. It was put together by the Furious 4 and them, Furious 5 and them. Craig, so I said, all right, you can hold my chain. Only thing I want in return is you get on stage. I had the Danger Zone shirts rolling at that time. So you get on stage, the chain, hold the Danger Zone joint up, and just like, you know, introduce me. You know what I'm saying? Introduce me. Let them know, you know what I mean, what I'm doing and who I am or whatever. He did it. He did his part. Like, but if you ever see footage of that Dookie he got on,
That's you.
That's your boy.
He's certified.
Shout out Craig G, yo. That was a moment. That was a moment. Then backstage you had Chuck D come up to us, salute, like straight salute to us.
Listen, Chuck D. Besides KRS-One, Chuck D is one of my, I would say, top artists from back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
His voice and movement, that's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
You got a chance to meet Chuck D.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. That's
he saluted
legendary.
us. It was quick. But I'm looking,
right
and he looking, and he salute. I'm like, damn, I tap ring. Damn, that's Chuck D, dog. That's Chuck D. Salute back. Like, you know what I mean? We salute him back. Like, you know, but that 90s, that trapped in the 90s shit, that shit definitely took us on a roll, like, you know what I mean? I mean, shout out Bill and them from PP shows. They opened up, you know what I mean? We got to open up for a lot of artists, a lot of the DMXs and the Busta Rhymes, and, you know, was out AC a lot at the Boardwalk Hall doing a lot of them shows and things like that. So the 90s shit really opened the eyes to a lot of the old school, you know what I mean? The old school fans.
So you saying, from you doing this album, when you come back to Philly, your peers are not feeling it.
Not really. Nah, it's
They feel like you sold out.
It's too out of touch. You know what I mean? It's too out of touch from what they familiar with. You know what I'm saying? And what they're familiar with what I'm doing. You know what I do, and you know. So yeah, it was like, cause I went all in. You know what I mean? I went and found 90s gear, like, you know what I mean, late 80s gear, like, you know, the Gazelles.
Movement. I was like,
yeah,
yo,
I had the part in my head and the Gumby and the Tupac joint from Juice. I went all in, you know what I mean, like a 2-3 year campaign type thing. Like, so, you know, a lot of you know, anybody trying to, you know, I ain't really feeling that, you know, I ain't really feeling that razor. I actually you know, wasn't getting a lot of recognition with the awards, you know what I mean? Like the Philly Hip Hop Awards and things like that. So I actually, you know, had a conversation with somebody, and I'm like, damn, I'm running around out New York. I'm doing all this. Like, you know, I'm top dog over there somewhere else. Like, you know what I mean? But they're like, yeah, you know, but you're not doing that over here. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not sticking. Like, you know what I mean? It's not really, they putting me in the old school category, you know what I mean? So I kind of faded away from that and wanted to, you know, the naysayers or whatever, wanted to show them, you know, of course I can do what the fuck y'all doing. And then, so now we kind of get like mixed reviews, you know what I mean? I throw some auto-tune on something, I'm flooded with DMs. You don't have to do that. You're one of them. You don't need to do what everybody else is doing. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? I'm an artist though. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm willing to jump in different avenues, you know what I mean, and try my hand at it, you know.
The thing that I always said to artists is that you have to be diverse. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to mimic a situation, but you can create it with your own style to be able to gravitate to the peers that you already have versus the fans that you need to have. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's where you kind of was making that transition.
Right.
Not
Still am in a sense, because it's a tug of war. You know what I'm saying? It's a tug of war. Like I come from that. You know what I mean? So it was a lot of shit I do want to talk about, and I do want to, you know what I mean? But I know that my fan base is somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? They want to hear lyrics. They want to hear, you know what I mean? Me put them bars together and talk to them consciously. You know what I'm saying? So I'm pulled in different areas, you know what I mean? Jumping right out of the Trapped in the 90s thing, I did a collab with the team, you know what I mean? And we had a lot of radio type bangers. I had a song on there called Thought and things like that. You see what I'm saying? So you go look up that video.
Remember that?
You know what I mean? It's another RA certified, you know what I mean? But I'm a Gemini, you know what I mean? Like, I look at, you know, I'm on the Zodiac thing on that scale, like with the Geminis with like Tupac and Kanye. You don't know what you gonna get. You know what I'm saying? Ice Cube, you don't know what you gonna get. So I come from that type, you know what I mean? That type artist.
Speaking of Tupac, lately something been surfacing the internet. Somebody said he got his ass whooped by Michael Jackson.
Yeah. I've seen it.
And do you remotely see
Shout
that
out
happen?
my guy Tommy, man. Me and Tommy did a movie on Saturday. Shout out Tommy.
Shout out to Tommy,
Co-star
man.
on Saturday, yeah.
Do you remotely seeing that happen?
Nah, I don't. This is why.
Mike got hands.
I'm not saying I don't see Mike handling the situation. I'm not saying he's not that stature to handle the situation. What I'm saying is, I would think Mike is running around with someone that'll handle that for him. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
I don't think Mike is just sitting around chilling. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, without, I could be wrong, because Quincy is like, you know, they cool like that.
I seen some clips of Mike just coming at people on some gangster stuff.
Yeah. You seen him tell Jamie Foxx to lift the
Yeah.
Yo, lift. I mean, no, not Jamie Foxx. That was Eddie Murphy. He told Eddie Murphy to lift the mic stand up. Yeah, he said.
I just seen him tell a camera guy. He said, "Yo, bro, why you so close?"
Yeah.
He called him a schmuck and everything. I'm like,
but what I can say is, it is on the record that Tupac doesn't like Michael Jackson. It's plenty times. Is a interview where he's basically talking about Michael Jackson and Janet Jackson, and he's talking about a lot of them, you know, after the whole situation after Poetic Justice, when she didn't want to kiss him and things like that. So after that, he went on this little rampage talking about people, and he said how Michael Jackson and them got so much money and they're not like taken care of, like, you know, none of the poor people and things like that, and they got houses big enough to move people in and stuff like that. So I know he didn't care too much about Tupac. I mean, I know Tupac didn't care too much about Michael Jackson. And I heard a story about he didn't show up to like a studio session. I mean, yeah, he wanted to meet him there. Then when Pac got there, Michael Jackson wasn't there. So, yeah. So I know it's bad blood there. But I think if they had a altercation, I think we all would agree with this, that Tupac would have spoke about it. It would have been in the rap. He would have hit up.
even if he lost.
Yeah. It's on. Pac will let you know that he'll lose a fight.
But he never was really a fighter. He was always just a mouther.
But that's what he'll tell you that. He'll tell you that. You dig deep enough in some of his lyrics and his raps, he'll say, like, I'm a scrapper. I'm not a fighter. Like, you know what I mean? My big mouth get me in trouble a lot. Like, yeah, he's on record that he's not, you know, he's not this big tough guy, you know?
Now, Drink Champs, they got this segment where they you gotta, you know, take a drink if you know, I might be saying this right. I mean this wrong. But they got this segment where they'll say Aaliyah or Left Eye, and if you agree to both, you take a shot, whatever.
Mhm.
So let me ask you, who's better, Tupac or DMX?
Pac.
Why's that?
I think Pac just too diverse, like you said earlier. Pac just, he can talk about anything, like, you know what I mean? He's an all-around artist, like, you know. I just think that, and the catalog is so big to be, you know, to die so young, to have so much more catalog than any rap artist you can, you know, think of. Yeah, and be potent, and it's potent work, like, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
nah. I mean, I love X too, but he ain't no Pac. Like, I see a lot of people pick X over Pac, like, you know.
Well, some would say Biggie is more potent.
Biggie might be more lyrical, like you know, even though Pac can get lyrical, like he can get lyrical, he has got lyrical, but Biggie is, yeah. And then, you know, with him not writing or and things like that, so yeah, that'll put him in another level of MCs too, you know.
And speaking of Pac being lyrical, is one song he got with DJ Quick, and shout outs to DJ Quick, man, for you know, just tapping in on the video. He got a song called "In the Late Night." Pac said a couple of bars. He said, "When you getting some riches, watch for dumb bitches that have you labeled a rapist before you get the tongue kiss them." I think that was like lyrical right there.
He got, yeah, it's a lot of them, man. It's a lot of them. Like, I think he lyrical. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like I said, though, it's a library. Everybody listening for something different. Like, you know what I mean? People hear Tupac and they want gangster Tupac. You know what I'm saying? They want.
Well, what version did you like?
I like them all. I think I like them all. Like I said, I'm that type of artist. You know what I'm saying? I can rap about it all. I can reflect and, you know, talk about it all. So I think I can't pick no favorite Pac. Like, my thing with Pac is I put one Pac song on, I can't turn, like, now it's Pac for the rest of the day.
Play it through.
Yeah, it's just Pac for the rest of the day, and that shit gonna jump around. Like, it's gonna be different type songs.
As the music industry grow, you got different artists. Can you still, like, just be in the zone listening to Tupac album, like, just always, you know, all the way through?
Not all of them. No. It's a lot of everybody, though. I can't listen to the album all the way through. I think everybody don't have that touch. Like, but that come from, you know, that's production.
Right.
That's the, you know, the other people involved in the album. Like, you know, that come from a lot of places. Like, you know, but no, it's some of the later Tupac albums, actually, like I say, like, that was produced by other people. It's like really some of my favorite albums. Like what's that? The one Eminem did. Eminem did all the beats.
Loyal to the Game?
Loyal to the Game.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite Tupac albums. Like, and them verses
Loyal
old.
to the Game?
Them verses old, but yeah, I like the production on it. I like how it's broke down. I like, yeah, I mean, you got Jada Kiss on there. You got 50 on there. Yeah, that's a good album. Them beats crazy. Like, yeah, Black Cotton and all that on there. That's my shit. Yeah.
I think one of my favorites is not a direct Tupac album. It's him and the Outlaws. They got that song "Baby Don't Cry."
Mm-hmm. That's on the Outlaws album. It's the Outlaws album.
Okay. Yeah. I love that because I feel as though that he put his crew on, gave him a time to shine. They was working with Quincy Jones through a few tracks that was on there. So that's one of my favorite albums.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So music changed, man. RaCertified. What is a stream?
Stream is basically, you know, that's how the revenue come in nowadays. Like, you know, that's how the consumer view your product, whether it's music or whether it's a visual, a movie, an ad. It's all about them streams today, you know.
Is it better than the era of CD?
So it touched more people, you know. I guess you can connect with more people, you know, with the internet and things like that. But the grind and having your album, your CD, and being able to touch folks and hearing that shit, I mean, ride past somebody banging that shit, like, you know what it took to keep that CD up and things like that. Like, I mean, of course we gonna miss that era, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but like the people before that era probably missed their era, like, you know what I mean? So I mean, you gotta be able to change and this shit. Like, you know what I mean? You gotta be able to stick with it. So I can't be mad at the streams. I mean, it was hard understanding it in the beginning, you know what I'm saying? But I can't be mad at it when I got people in Africa listening to my music. Like, I can't get no fucking CD to them. So, you know, shout out Africa, shout out Reef the Warrior and all my folks over there. But you know what I'm saying? I can't get a CD over there. So I respect and I understand the game. And we of course we should be getting more for a stream. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I understand it.
So you go from a blockbuster era to a digital era. You, my friend, have been involved in movies, and that's part of streaming, right?
Right.
How does it differ from music to movies?
So, a difference in a lot of ways. I mean, far as an artist, you know what I mean, a rap artist, you kind of, it's all up to you. Like, you know what I'm saying? And your decisions on who you pick, you know what I'm saying, to make your beats and the record your music. And a lot of the grind is on you too, you know what I mean? But with a movie, it's a lot of people involved. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, whether you're on the end of where you're creating the movie, or if you're just an actor in the movie, like, it's just so much going on and so many people involved in it that one person fucks up, it can hurdle the whole production. You know what I'm saying? Where that probably won't happen with music. You know what I'm saying? You might rely on a nigga to come lay a verse. He don't show up, put another nigga on a verse, or you write another verse. Like, but if I have you on film and I got you scheduled for 4 or 5 days and you show up for one and we just knocked out all these scenes with you and other folks, right, and then you are not available for the other 4 days or whatever the reason may be, you whatever, you just fucked up for everybody that was involved in them scenes with you. The guy that's editing, the guy that's shooting, everybody has to go back to the table.
You're delayed on the next scenes.
And that's if you're available again. And then if you're available again, I need you to look like how you looked the last time we shot. And then you come again with a total different look. Like, you know what I mean? So the commitment in it is a mug. Like, you know what I mean? And that's what people don't understand. They want to jump in it, but something as small as that is a big thing. Like, you know, just being in this field, it's a big thing. I've forgotten things in the past. You know, shit, I had these different glasses. I hope they don't peep. You peep, like, and I'm an editor. I'm behind the scenes too. I'm a director. We peep. You know what I'm saying? So when it's time to put it all together, and people wonder why they tearing Tubi movies apart, and you know why they do that. And I swear, rewind that wasn't like that. It's a lot of shit we gotta do behind the scene to even make it look close to what we wrote down or what it was supposed to be. And that's because relying on so many other people. You know what I mean? And it's a hard game.
So I had the pleasure to see y'all in Ganja.
My man.
How did you come up with this concept?
The Ganja.
Because it was, it kind of freaked me out in a scary way. But then I was like, oh, I get it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I get it. But it was like somewhat of it's almost like a zombie movie. Mm-hmm. But you're getting high. Mm-hmm. So it reminded me of High. And a different type of vibe, and I'm like, yo, okay. Yeah. And tell me how that works.
Well, first off, appreciate that, because that's the effect we wanted. You know what I'm saying? We wanted the effect of you sitting down watching it for the first 10, 15 minutes, and you like, all right, it's another hood movie. These niggas selling weed. Like, you know, where is this going? Then boom, like, you know what I mean? We wanted that to, like, okay, like, you know, now they look up. Oh, all right, I get it. Like, you know what I mean? So I wanted to just start unfolding as it come along, like, you know what I mean? But how it started was, it was just supposed to be a short film. Like, we was going to do something, like, you know, sometimes we sit around and like, shout out my partner, Kareem Shaw. Like, shout out my partner, Kareem Shaw. Sometimes we sit around and we just trying to come up with ideas, you know, we got the Yo Bro sitcom. So
Oh yeah.
We got the Yo Bro sitcom. So we got like holiday episodes on Yo Bro sitcom. Like, you know what I mean? We got a Christmas episode, we got a Thanksgiving episode. So I think we wanted a Halloween episode. I believe it kind of was going to be like a Halloween episode, but it was going to be a spin-off. It wasn't going to be a Yo Bro episode, but it was going to be the characters from Yo Bro in this little 15-minute short or whatever. But what happened is I wanted it to be like a little spooky film, you know, but I didn't want a slasher. I didn't want a killer chasing us through the woods and all of that. So, you know, I'm like, all right, what can we do? What can everybody relate to, you know?
Weed.
Everybody smokes weed, you know what I'm saying? So I said, all right, so we go do the weed thing. And it was only supposed to be a short film. And then that shit turned into a whole year and a half of shooting because we actually missed the Halloween deadline that we had. So being as though we missed the Halloween deadline, we said, we can go in. We can put a lot of more things on the film and just turn into a big movie.
Was y'all smoking weed for real though?
So it was on and off. Like, you know, some of the parts.
Well,
when we were smoking. Okay. But at some parts when we might be bagging up some shit or something, it might not look like weed.
That shit looked like it was crazy. I was like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah, I need. Yeah, I'm saying I need a
Mexico.
We need a stream. I think we need to work on a weed stream. Yeah, a weed strand. There you go. So the ganja. You know what I'm saying?
Or the danger zone.
Yeah, or that. But this the thing. Motherfuckers will come up to me and be like, yeah, man, I need some of that ganja. I need that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that shit made a life of its own. You know what I'm saying?
Shout outs to the Marleys for the ganja.
Shout out to ganja.
So
and shout out to Cass of the Ganja. Shout out to Cass of the Ganja because we had a crazy team. Like
Bad Betty in there.
Bad Betty in there.
Ebony.
Yep. Ebony Barfield, but that's Bonnie Songbird. We got Bonnie Songbird in there. We got DJ the Singer in there. A lot of these people is running around the city, like, you know, doing their thing. So, you know, for them to spend time with us and you know, make this masterpiece we came up with, because none of us knew where it was going to go and how the viewer was going to accept it, but it's doing very well and people like
part
it.
Two?
Yeah.
Oh, we definitely need part two.
Yeah.
I was looking at that. I was like, yo,
it's a part two.
What's going to happen next time?
Yep. Yeah, definitely left with a cliffhanger. So make sure, make sure they go check out the Ganja right now on TV.
Gotta go check it out. It was a good movie, man. And I like how you and Reem work, man. It's like, y'all got that Craig and Day type of vibe, you know what I'm saying? So it brings real.
Yeah. Well, you know, that's my day one, man. Like, you know, he's been, like, I always tell people, like, that's my biggest supporter. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I don't want to do shit no more, he's like that's the biggest motivator you can, like, and that's for anybody. He was sitting in here right now, he'd be looking around, he'd be telling y'all, yeah, man, see what y'all got going on right here. That's just who he is, you know what I'm saying? And that's what he do for me, you know what I mean? Like, whatever crazy idea I come up with, he like, let's go. Let's go. Like, whatever you want to do. We got the Slave film, you know, he looked at me like, huh? I said, yeah, man, we need to just grow our hair out and just look crazy for like 4 months, you know what I mean? So we can get into this. And yeah, he right there. The 90s shit, he was right there, you know what I'm saying? With the sweatsuits and the big chains and, you know.
I seen a music video where, was it a goat, a sheep?
It was a goat. Shout out to Philly Goat Project, Miss Karen, man. She booming right now too, man. That's what I love to see. I love to see that people, I be trying to work with everybody, no matter what. Like, if I go somewhere, like I'm gonna jump on the goat thing, but the slave thing. I'm at the David Richardson cookout thing, the big get together that they do every year. You know, I think I performed there that year. But I'm walking around and the boss standing, they got the horses. Like horses, like, you know, real, like he letting people do the pony rides and shit like that. I went over there, I hollered at him. I'm like, yo, how much you would have charged to rent the horse? Looked at me like, huh? Like, I said, no, not for a party though. I need them for a movie. Because we did the slave movie and I wanted the boss man to be on the horse. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we got the horse from. Fast forward, what's the movie that they just did in Philly, the Concrete Cowboys.
You talking about Reese? Forgot his name. Black guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Concrete Cowboys.
Concrete Cowboys. That motherfucking horse. It's the same horse I booked. I booked that horse first. You see what I'm saying? That horse a fucking star, yo. Like so now I'm back to the goats. So shout out the Philly goat lady right there, Albury Arborina, yo, right uptown. Okay. Like she right back there with the goats. I don't know. I stumble across them somehow, some way. Like, you know what I mean? I stumble across the goats. We go holler at her. We making a slave movie. Matter of fact, we scouting for the slave movie. So a lot of that movie is shot in the Arborina or whatever. So we running back there. We looking at shit or whatever. I see goats and chickens and things like that. I'm like, oh shit. So we go holler at her, and she said she got this little thing she going on. She trying to start her, big program, Philly Goat program and things like that. And I said, well, yeah, well, can we, donate something to the program and, use the goats for, the slave movie. So we did the goats, build a relationship with her. From there, of course, moving forward, now I'm back on music. Like, I do that jump from film, music. Like, every time I'm in film, I feel like, damn, I need some music. Every time I'm in music, I'm like, damn, we ain't doing it. You know what I'm saying? I wish I had a clone. But I'm like, all right, well, I did this song, G and the Goat. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, all right, so I need a goat for the video. Like, you know what I mean? So Miss Karen brought the goats out to Germantown Avenue. Like, we had the goats right on Germantown Avenue in front of the district.
Wow. I seen that. I'm like, do I already got a... Oh, man, they done took it up a notch.
Yeah, we got the goats. And shout out Miss Karen and the Philly Goat Project, because they took it up a notch. I see them goats with the Sixers. I see them goats with everybody now. Like, you follow them on Instagram, you'll see them. They on the Rocky steps, and like they're stars. You know what I'm saying?
And you the reason that they there.
Shout out Miss Karen,
You know who you remind me of? It's this rapper D1. You ever heard of D1?
No, I think so, but I'm not
now. Yeah, light skin guy.
I do. Okay. I remember him.
So he's like a conscious rapper and things like that. You know, a rebel rapper. You remind me of that guy.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I gotta tap more into him, but I definitely know you talking about.
Dope rapper. He did a lot of songs with some of the artists, and his album actually, it do pretty well on the streaming platforms.
Yeah, I mean, look, everybody got their core base, man. Like, that's why the streaming shit is good, because everybody has their fans. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's gonna go, if they like the album or not, they gonna go check it out and see where you at with it right now. So shout out my core. Like, you know what I'm saying? They definitely, keep me going. Like, you know what I mean? So
recently we seen Tyler Perry in a strip club throwing ones. Do you think that he should be doing that based off of the image that he portrayed to the public? Or he's just like a regular guy like us?
Regular guy. I think he a regular guy, and he a regular guy with some money. So you a regular guy with some money, do you, man. That's what's wrong. I feel like that's what's wrong with people. Everybody get caught in this, like the internet world, and this phone and all this digital shit and fucking door cams and all this shit has made it the Truman Show. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody on live TV at all times.
Right.
So if you ain't comfortable with being you probably shouldn't come outside. You know what I'm saying? Because all eyes is on you at all fucking times, yo. And the times we living in right now, like, I mean, you gotta be true to who the fuck you is. Like, you know what I'm saying? And if that's who he is, like, is he married? I don't even think he married.
He's not married, but he put the image of he's...
What, he write? He write
films.
But I don't think... What type image do he put on, though? I mean, he put on a
positive image.
A positive image?
Yeah, how could I say it? Like, more of a godly image.
Them strippers need to pay for school, don't they? So my thing is, you got to get that man credit on that note. From I mean, if he looking out for actors, he looking out for strippers, he built the whole motherfucking studio for motherfuckers to come and My thing is he want to throw some ones and some ass. Y'all been questioning sexuality forever. I guess now we ain't got to worry about that no more. He was throwing it at females, right?
Throwing that, well, it looks like females.
Okay, throwing it at females. He throwing it. So my thing is, y'all, I guess that might be why he did it. Leave me the fuck alone. Y'all questioning his sexuality all the time. So now turn them cameras on. Let me smack some ass real quick and see what they got to say about this. Like, hey.
Kev get a lot of flack, man, from a lot of the artists that's in the city, man. You was once on his show, the Come Up Show.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like what was the process and, you know, what was the outcome after being on the show?
Shout out Kev, yo. Shout out Cosmic Kev. Shout out Cosmic Kev, Power 99. I was at work. I was on a 9 to 5 at the time. I was at work. And my phone rung, my Instagram rung. I'm sorry. My Instagram rung. Cosmic Kev. I answered the joint. He said, "What's up, man? You all right?" Never met him before. Never seen him before. Never had an encounter with him before. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, I see you killing shit. I see you killing shit right now. Around that time, I was killing shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's when I was high on rap. Like, you know what I mean? I'm doing all the ciphers. I'm showing out. Like, you know what I mean? So he caught some of the ciphers. And he said, you trying to come down here Wednesday night? I think it was a Monday. Said, you trying to come down here Wednesday night? I said, hell yeah. Like hell yeah, I'll be down there. Call Reem. Hang up with him, call Reem. Bro, Kev just hit me on the gram. While I'm talking to Reem, he send the phone number. Send his phone number. Like, oh, like, yo, Kev, bro. He like, for real? We surprised. Because honestly, what I've been hearing since I've been fucking running around doing this rap shit, I always heard Kev want 20,000. I heard Kev want 20,000 to get on the Cosmic Kev Come Up Show. That's what I used to hear. I heard different numbers. Then I heard 10,000. I've heard 12,000. I heard different thousands. I ain't pay a penny. I haven't paid a penny. He called me. He said, when I see somebody that's hot, I call him up here. I went up there, did my thing. We sat down. We had a conversation. He broke down that. Niggas be saying, I want this and I want that and I want that. No, I don't. He said, no, I don't. If you hot, if I think you hot, I'm gonna call you up here and we gonna let the world see that you hot. And that's exactly what he did. So, you know what I'm saying? I gotta shut that down. You know what I mean? For people that think that it's all about a bag, cause I ain't had a bag at the time to go up there and rap. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always salute Kev for that. I'm always salute Kev for that.
So did it like bring your rap career to another level?
Well, it did. So what happens is when you do the Come Up Show, like especially now with Instagram and all that shit, them you look at your story, them people, you look at your story, them people in that story. I seen Fat Joe in there. I seen Khaled in there. I seen Swiss Beats in there. I seen them all in there trying to figure out who the fuck is he. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot didn't come from, you know, I got a couple little gigs happen from it, you know, some stuff I won't speak on, you know what I mean? But a couple little calls and shit, you know what I mean? And sit downs and things like that. But I kind of like what I'm doing right now. You know what I mean? I like working for me. You know what I'm saying? I like bossing up, you know what I'm saying? And growing this empire I got going on. And, you know, but yeah, you will get them looks. You know what I'm saying? You will get them invites and most definitely, yeah. They listen to the Come Up Show. I went out and did Shade 4-5. That opened eyes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so shout out my man T Beezy and Aunt Brown. You know, they invited me to go down there to do that with them. So, you know, and that wasn't a good day for me. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think I showed up I ain't show up like I was supposed to. You know what I'm saying? I was in actor mode and the nigga called me about rapping. You know what I'm saying? So I went down there, but that opened doors too. You know what I mean? I seen different people in my stories from that, you know, the New York cats, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it definitely opens your doors. So what I say is when you go up to them platforms, when you go up to them heavy platforms, you got to capitalize. You got to drop an album the next day. You know what I'm saying? Drop a video the next day, and the next day after that. Like, because they watching you right now. And if you relying on posting shit that you already was doing, and you know what I'm saying, it's going to kind of damper and fade back away. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's definitely going to put them eyes on you.
Yeah, it's always, in the game, you always say, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Most artists don't have the opportunity to capitalize off their buzz. They got to go back in the lab, and it might take them a month.
Yep.
And you lost that momentum. You're right back to square one.
Yep, and that's exactly.
And you may have to pay the bag the next time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, sometimes what Eminem say, you only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. Like, you know what I'm saying? Indeed. But I built some great relationships from all them platforms. Like, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Rob Schwartz. Rob Schwartz. My man. I got flown out to the 4. Remember the 4?
Yeah.
Colin and them had the show on Netflix. I got flown out there and got the audition out there and spend 3 days out LA on them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so shout out Rob Schwartz for making that happen. Like, because I was out there on some rap shit. You know what I mean? I'm out there on some Philly rap shit. Like, no gimmick to it, no none of that. And I'm looking around at 500 other artists with colorful hair and piercings and rock and roll artists and ballet dancers and whatever type of fucking art you could think of was in there. Like, so that was a crazy, I built a lot of relationships from there. I was the only nigga out from Philly out there at the time I was out there. When everybody went back in the shuttles to go back to the airport, I was the only nigga getting on the plane back to Philly. Like, wow. So rap got me there. Like, you know what I mean? And like, so.
Do lyrics still matter?
To me, most definitely. I mean, even as a ear, as a consumer, like, if you ain't spitting no lyrics, for me, it's not my cup of tea. But like I said, rap a library. You go in there and get whatever book you want. You know what I'm saying? So some shit dumbed down for the niggas that would like it dumbed down. Like, I don't knock it. Like, right. I love 2 Chainz. Like, you know what I mean? That's one of my dumbed down rappers. Like, even though he got bars, like, you know what I'm saying? But I like 2 Chainz, So it's to each his own,
Today's female rappers, do you believe that it changed for the better or for the worse?
They got shit on Smash. The chicks is killing the game right now. For real, for real.
What, they clothes or they talent?
Just the airwaves. Just the airwaves. I got a 1-year-old, big mama. Like, I don't even want her saying it, but it's the airwaves. They running the game, and at the end of the day, I can't knock it. It's a library. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you need what they call City Girl or Hot Girl Summer 101, you need to read that book about how to do that. Go get that book. Like, you know what I mean? The book ain't for me, but the book is for somebody. Like, you know what I mean? This shit is just a big old encyclopedia, man.
You think we could ever get the Lauryn Hill era back?
See, my thing is they're out there. They're out there, but it's will mainstream want it. This is my thing. And it's what I say when I get tired of rapping and when I get tired of hip hop and I be like, man, this shit. It's not about what the rapper's doing. Right. I see rappers get mad at rappers. Man, I'm not mad at what you want to do and what you want to write down. And I get mad at the consumer. You see what I'm saying? I get mad at the people that this all y'all want. Like, really? Like this is really all y'all want. Y'all don't want a story. Y'all don't want metaphors. Y'all don't want Nas. Y'all don't want Tupac. Like, y'all don't want them type of brand Nubian. Y'all don't want that. Like, you know what I mean? So far as the masses, far as what the radio play and what the outlets give you, and when we come to the only time you see these artists is if it's like a tribute, you know what I'm saying, of some sort or whatever. Like, they're not, like, I feel like the radio, it shouldn't be an hour or 2 where they play that type of music. You know what I mean? It should be mixed in with everything. Like, if you play one of the pop stations, it's going to be different kind of pop. Like, you know what I mean? They're going to even throw in some art. They're going to even throw in some R&B shit and some rap shit. So when you listen to a R&B hip hop station, it should be all kinds of fucking hip hop. Like, you know what I mean? It should be all kinds of hip hop. It shouldn't just be 20 songs of the same type of song. Like, you know what I mean? It should be definitely different type of shit. Like, give people a chance to hear something else.
That rotation is always taken over because it's a business at the same time. But then it's cliquish as well. So I understand, you know, where you're coming from, because even with radio today, I'll be trying to, like, damn, they still, I just heard that.
Yeah.
Damn, that station, I just heard that. So it's you know.
But it's what the people want.
Right. Absolutely.
What the people want. So my thing is, you can't get mad at the radio. You can't get mad at the rapper. You can't get mad at you. It's what the people want. Like, if the people go into the store and they just keep buying the same shit, you gotta give them what they want. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, but I don't think that lyrical artists or conscious artists or whatever you doing, you know what I mean? I don't think you should stop doing what's true to you, because there's always somebody out there that wants that. Like, you know what I mean? There's always somebody out there that wants that. Like, I go to different shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when, like, Styles P and Beanie Siegel, like, I go to them for something different. You know what I mean? Niggas go to them for the hard shit. You know what I mean? I don't go to them for that. I go to them for, like, the pain. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when Styles say 10 of us on the floor and all of us poor, like, I can relate to that. Like, you know what I mean? Or when, like, you know, when they go into them type of bars, or like when Beanie Siegel, like, you know, laces untied and I'm riding, you know what I mean? Like that's the shit I can relate to. Like, you know what I mean? So I go to different artists for different shit. Like, you know what I mean? So for, like, braggadocious shit, of course, I'm gonna go to Hove and maybe a Pusha T. You know, I feel good today. I got some money in my pocket. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna go to different things for different things. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Do you feel like today's talent is no talent?
Nah. Because talent takes confidence first. Talents take confidence, yo. Like, at the end of the day, for you to even stand in front of a camera or to stand on stage and believe in yourself, who the fuck am I to knock what you producing? I can't knock it. Like,
Are you a dream killer?
Not at all.
That's probably why you think like that.
Not at all. I'm not a dream killer to someone that's trying. No, I can't be, because I was there at once upon a time. Like, all the movies and all this shit I got going on right now. When I was 12, 13, I didn't have the confidence. Even around the DVD era, I can honestly admit this to myself, like, right now, because around that time, all them rappers, the Cheek Raws, the Vodkas, if you uptown, we rubbing elbows and we rhyme. Like, you know, I know all of them. But when the DVD era happened, I wasn't too fast to run to that DVD era. Like, you know, I wasn't too fast to get in front of that camera. Many reasons. I think one, of course, is like, damn, all right, I'm writing something. Let me get the right rap. It's that at first. And then a lot of it is I'm doing something totally different at that time. Like, I'm really ripping and running in the streets, like, you know, and it's like, all right, I want to do the rap shit, but then it's like, all right, bringing that shit back here with all this nonsense going on and all these different things I got going on at the time, and, you know, and being on the camera, and it was a tug of war, like, you know what I mean? So I missed that wave, like, you know, I missed that DVD wave because I got in my own way. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I got in my own way around that time. And then we kind of jumped on board soon as that shit was over. Like, I like to call it like the showcase era. Like, that's when everybody trying to get on shows and things like that. Like, so. Yeah.
Do you believe, like, doing talent shows and open mic nights, you think that still play a factor in today's music?
I mean, it plays a factor in buzz. It play a factor in relationships and getting to know who you need to know to get to the next level. Because, I mean, yeah, some people could just do it, upload to YouTube and just grab your, you know, some people could do it like that. But then some people is performers, you know what I mean? Some people, like, you have to see them in person to really get the, you know, oh, okay, I get it. Like, you know what I mean? So And then some people don't, they need to rub elbows to find a manager, you know what I'm saying? Or find a podcast to get on, or you can't, I still believe in running around and rubbing elbows or whatever. So I think when you at a certain stature, I mean, of course you can come bless one of them open mics, or, you know, somebody that, you know, paid the way for you. So of course I'm gonna come, you know, drop some jewels on y'all. But, you know, you start growing, like, you know what I mean? You start growing, but it's definitely a level where you, as an artist, if you plan on getting on the big stages, yeah, you gotta go get on them stages too. You gotta go do them ciphers and them open mics, for sure.
Why do artists today have to get killed doing something that they love doing?
How do I say this without mentioning haters? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because that's like the easy go-to. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's really like, I've been talking about this a lot too. It comes down to, like, when you see somebody that's like really ambitious and, like, you know, really striving and trying to do something, it's like you really not knocking them, like, you know what I mean? But it's really like, well, how dare you? Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Or like, I could do that too. Or my man can do that too. You know what I'm saying? So it starts right there. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then the more you grow, the more you have to decipher, you know what I mean? The energies and the different, you know, people around, you know, it's no love lost at all. But it's, I'm protecting a bag now, and I'm trying to get to a certain level where it's just evolving. It's just growing up. It's just like when you're not hanging with the nigga you hung with when you was 17 and then you 27. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just, it starts happening like that. But then the person that doesn't have that ambition, and the person that doesn't understand the growth and the change, because even if a person is rapping negative, he still see the positive in it. This is, I can get my mom a house off this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, and then when you start changing them little energies, it's just a mixture. It's just a mixture for destruction, man. And unfortunately, a lot of them lose their lives. Like, you know what I mean? Dylan trying to juggle both worlds, and, you know, and that's pretty much sums up what happens. I don't think it comes down to a nigga hating you. Like, I hate him.
Like a direct hate.
Yeah, it's not that. It's just you're in these, like, we all know in the streets is death or jail. Like, we all know that. I mean, of course you're gonna get rich in the mix, but death or jail, like, you know what I mean, is what comes out of it. So you keep chasing that, then that's the ultimate outcome, you know? It's just life. Like, it has nothing to do with rap. Like, you know what I mean? It's just life. You keep playing around with that shit gonna come to where you playing around at.
Do you think, like, the rappers, like, are rushing to their graves?
It's trending. It's trending. Nobody wants to die. I know some of these youngins. I know they don't want to die. Like, they don't want to die. This is the thing. People look at the ski mask, right? They look at the ski mask like it's a tough guy thing. I put the ski mask on. This is what I do. The ski mask now, 9 times out of 10, is somebody that's looking to not be seen. You see what I'm saying? It's somebody that got some, you know what I mean? Shit. Like, you know what I mean? That's what the ski mask then turned into. You know what I mean? It went from gooning to now hiding. That's what the ski mask is now. Like, you know what I mean? If a nigga walking through with a ski mask, it's because I don't want a certain motherfucker to see me. Like, you know what I mean? When originally it was for go put in some work. Like, you know what I mean? So, you know, you see what I'm saying? When I'm
Right. But do you think that the artists don't have guidance, like going viral and, you know, just running through a bag and, you know, things like that? You think that's the direction that they believe like they gotta go?
I mean, it's like the crack game. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's fast money. It's fast money. Them views do something to you. You know what I'm saying? When you wake up and that shit say 500,000 views for standing around with my homies and dissing the opposition, and we can go shopping now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Even if it costs your life.
It's like the crack game. How many niggas you know you lost to the streets? To the streets. Niggas never picked up a fucking microphone. But they was out there running around. Like, it's the same principles. Like, you know what I mean? It's the same principles. Money, drugs, guns. Like, you know what I mean? It's the same principles.
Recently, there was a rapper named YBC Duel.
Mm-hmm.
He lost his life to the streets.
Mm-hmm.
And he was labeled as the
Mr.
most
Disrespectful.
Mr. Disrespectful. You know, he went to the graveyard site, and I guess he was, you know, made a music video, you know, at his ops graveyard. How dangerous is that?
Super. I mean, it don't get no disrespectful than that. I think that's like, it don't get no more disrespectful than that. So, I mean, like I said, they doing this for, you know, clickbait. Like, you know what I mean? It's clickbait. Like, you know what I mean? It's, the internet has turned into, like, especially if you're a content creator or a musician or anything like that, you need clicks. You need viewers. Like, that shit is depressing to get on there and not see that number that you've been aiming for. So, yeah, it's the internet. I mean, it's just the things that these people are capable of doing today wasn't possible back in the day. What, you gonna record this shit on a tape and put it in the mailbox? Like, you see what I'm saying? That's, you couldn't even do this shit back in the day. So we'll never be able to wrap our head around what the fuck is going on. Like, you know what I'm saying? All we can do is say, what the fuck is going on? Like, you know what I mean? Because it's a new era. It's a new time and everything. Like, you know what I mean? In the next 10 years, we're going to be in a whole different fucking time with driving cars by themselves. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how that work? Like, you know what I mean? That ain't going to stop. The hits and shit still going to be, you know what I mean? The streets still going to go on. You know what I'm saying? So, Elon Musk got to adapt to the streets.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? All this new technology, the cameras, already they there. But like I said, niggas don't know to wear the masses now. Like, you know what I mean? It's like the technology and the way where the world is going, musically, entertainmently, or whatever, it always have to adapt to the streets, because the streets is the consumer. These are the people that's spending the money to keep these billionaires where they at. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we're going to have to work around each other. That's how it always been.
We have an election coming up. One is a Democrat, one is a Republican. How do you think that this is going to impact the country?
I mean, to be honest with you, I don't really get into politics, and because I think it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And if you want to be technical, maybe it matters to the poor and to the rich. But us in between people, us people that go to work every day and take care of our kids and got to spend money on food and things like that, it doesn't fucking affect, it doesn't matter. Like, you know what I mean? When I really sit down and I look at all these, as long as I've been alive, I don't see where it matters to the middle class. Like, you know what I mean? To the regular normal person. Like, you know what I mean? Y'all want our vote, but how does it affect how we're affected by this? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, you got the poor folks, like, you know, where of course welfare is a thing, like, you know what I mean? So a lot of them rights and a lot of them things have to do with welfare or food stamps and things like that. And then of course you got the rich that's dealing with taxes, that's paying for the welfare, the you know, the schooling and whatever you're getting from the government. Right. It's just a big old fucking circle. You see what I'm saying? And it's a circle around the middle class. You see what I'm saying? It's just circling around us, and all we do is just go to work every day and retire at 68 years old. I don't give a fuck who the president is.
So
I really don't.
So it's fair to say, like, it affects the urban community. No matter who's in office, whether it's your city council, your state rep, all these people still run through Congress. So how do you feel about that? Because that's where it's really at.
I understand.
The urban community.
I understand. So we just seen Trump in office. We just lived through his presidency. Let's say we just lived through about 3 different types of presidency, whether it's a Democrat or a Republican. We just lived through we got Barack. We got our hero. We got our black president. It could be done. Like, you know what I'm saying? That was change. You see what I'm saying? That's what that was all about. Right. You got that. And I don't get into politics, but we got that. Okay, we lived through that. And I ain't even counting the Bushes. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't even counting them. We're just going to go with the last 3. We just got that. Then we got Trump. So we just lived through Trump. We just got through whatever he did or whatever he didn't do. We got through it. We got through Obama, whatever he did or didn't do. We got the Medicare. We got whatever. Now we just got to the last president, Biden. We just lived through 3 different presidencies. What have changed for y'all? Nothing. It's not just me. This is not just my ignorance. I'm sitting back like, what have changed? Well, I probably got a bonus somewhere. We got some FEMA for people. You got different things that happen because the world happens. Things happen. Catastrophes been happening forever. Right. So when this COVID thing happened and things happen for people, shit been happening since yellow fever, like, and all these other motherfucking diseases. When AIDS probably hit, I'm sure it was grants going around and shit like that. So what the fuck did it do? It doesn't do nothing for me. It just doesn't. It doesn't do nothing for my kids.
I agree.
I pay for my children to survive. Like, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I mean, you're going to get laws and shit changed and all of that, but they've been doing that shit before we even got here. It's still America. I don't know what people think that one person can change. It's still America. It's still the rich stay rich and the poor stay poor. It's still America. No matter who you put in office, they only in there for 4 years. What the fuck can they do? And then you got to go through Congress and all these other people to sign off for things. And then by the time you get the motherfucking money, now is a new president in seat. Like, come on. Like, this shit is.
I think it's just one big promo campaign.
And, well, if it is, this is the worst fucking promo ever. They need to hire me to do some promo behind both of their asses, because where is the promo? Remember when the last presidencies, you had artists performing, and you had this shit all over the place. All I see is and I know that, like, and not no motherfucking shot at her, no shot at her at all, because of course she got put in this position because of, circumstances or whatever. It's not like this something she's been gearing up for the past 20 years. Well, I'm sure she's been gearing up for this for the past 20 years, but it's not like she got that budget put together to really go on a crazy campaign like we've seen over the years with these other presidents and, getting all these artists and, famous people involved.
She got $80 million.
What would she do with it?
Oh, she got more than that.
What?
I mean, you remember she had Patti LaBelle. She had everybody on the stage.
She had Megan Stallion.
Yeah,
Just had Usher.
Yeah.
So she spent $80 million on a concert.
No, I mean,
she spent $80 million on convincing the urban community to vote for her.
But which is like, at the end of the day, the urban community is going to vote for her. We are going to vote for her. By staying with the urban community, we are going to vote for her. First black president. First black female president.
Well, she was considered to be an Indian.
No.
She's going to get the votes from the urban community. When Trump got in office the first time, the person going up against them got the votes from the urban community. They're going to get that. You're going to get that. But will it be enough for the masses? You know, the world, damn, man, I hate to get into this shit like this, but you know the world is more sexist than racist?
Fact.
The world is more sexist than racist. Like, if you think about it, the world is more sexist than racist. It's countries where a woman is not even allowed to drive a car. It's places where a woman is still not allowed the equal rights as a man. In America, it's places where women are still not allowed the same payment as a man in the same position. Like, that's something they've been fighting for forever. Like, you know what I mean? If you're a lawyer and you've been in the game as long as this female lawyer in the game, y'all fight the same cases, his pay may be a little bit more. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
sports industry is like that as well.
Yeah, exactly. Look at the WNBA. They're not making what the NBA players are making. Like, you know, you got to be a freak of nature. You got to be Serena Williams to keep up with men that's at that stature of, like, you know, athletes. Like, you know what I mean? Leslie, what's her name? Lisa Leslie. That's a freak of nature. You know what I mean? She's just as great as a Shaq is. Like, you know what I mean? And it should be the same. The bag should be the same. Like, you know, like Dawn Stelly. Like, that's just as good as a Pat Riley. You know what I mean? Like, fuck basketball. Like, she's leading other basketball players to promised land. Like, you know what I mean? So, yes, these people should be in another bracket. Like, it should be more Oprahs. Like, you know what I mean? But there isn't. There isn't. So, the world is more sexist than racist, and that's what's going to mess with them votes, not the urban community.
You believe that they should build that wall?
Nah. I'm half Rican, man. I'm half Rican, and I don't know that side of my family. You know what I mean? My pop was adopted when he was little, so I don't know that side. But at the end of the day, if this is America, this is the home of the free, and you know what I mean? Everybody want to get over here. Everybody want to get over here, and they've been wanting to get over here before the beginning of the fucking Europeans came and got over here. Like, see what I'm saying? Like, everybody want to get over here where there's rich fruit and grasslands, and this is where everybody want to come. And now, you know, this is the land of opportunity, so they're going to keep trying to come over here. You can build the wall you want. They're going to figure out, they're going to go under it. I would. I'm going under it now.
She's going to be the first female president. Hillary ran once upon a time. She didn't succeed. But she would be the first, if voted into the White House, as the first female president. Meaning her husband would be the first.
Man.
Would you want to stand in that position?
Yeah. I ain't a sexist. I think every man needs a woman to tell you the man anyway. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm sure he's right there telling her she's the woman. Like, you know what I mean? So, I mean, I just think, you know, that's the dynamic. That's the dynamic for success. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think that's just as important as hard work. You need a soldier right there that's, like, you know, that's your wife and that's the one, you know, check on you and pick you up. You know what I'm saying? I think that's, like, you know, that's what keeps a lot of the greats going. Like, you know, the LL Cool J's, the Snoop Doggy Dogs. They wife right there. She right there.
Good or bad?
But that, you know,
I mean, everybody gonna go through
with
shit.
them, they that was a different time. I think they were raised that way. Those women were raised to be able to be that steadfast for their mate. We're in a whole different time. Women use the word independent too much. You know what I'm saying? So how can they support a black man?
I just think you gotta
come up. Or how do you feel about that? Like, what is your?
I mean, you gotta find the right one. I mean, I think you gotta find the right one, and this is another conversation I'll be having. And I think the older you get, the harder it gets. The harder it gets because people are stuck in their ways. People already have baggage, you know. So of course it gets harder. Like, you know what I mean? The older you get, but when you find her, I just think you gotta hold on to her, and vice versa. She gotta hold on to you, because we all got shit with us. Like, you know what I'm saying? And when I was younger, like, I don't come from it ain't no men in my family. Like, I am the man in my family. Like, you know, it's no uncle, no grandpa, none of that type shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I am the oldest man in my family. So I didn't see my mom and my grandmom and all of them with a sidekick, you know, with a man, you know, holding things down. I was raised by a lot of independent women. So even if a woman independent, she still ain't no man. Like, you know what I'm saying? You still need a man to keep you afloat. Like, just like a man needs a woman. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's like the perfect mixture. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's where another person comes from. Like, you know what I mean? That's how you come up with a whole new person from this mixture. So I just think, but the older, like, you got to be able to. So what I was going to say is, I didn't have a grandfather or anybody to look at to ask them questions, but I had two friends, and they had grandparents. They had, you know, Keon had his grandmom and his grandpa, and Darrell had his grandmom and his grandpa. And I actually had conversations with them, and I said, like, how y'all do it? Like, how the hell y'all do it? And what people don't understand, they didn't know how they was going to do it. They've been through shit that you can't even imagine. Like, you know what I'm saying? They've been separated for years. They didn't maybe had kids outside of what they got going on. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be able to get through all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the part that people can't get through. Like, you know what I mean? I guess if somebody in a relationship and he cheats, you gonna start over again? You gonna let the next nigga go cheat? You gonna start all over again? So if cheating was running you away from niggas, you're probably, you know, that I'm not saying niggas cheat, you know what I'm saying? But you gonna have to find a different type of nigga that's like, yeah. Well, I was just saying that as far as on the men note. Now on the woman note, now it could be the cheat part, but really on the woman note, I see a lot of people come into this problem where it's just like a woman is not supportive. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's like, you know, that kind of hurt more than cheating. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so when a nigga is dealing with a woman that's not supportive, or a woman that's not like understanding of your journeys, because a man, we try and figure it the fuck out. Let me figure it out. Help me figure it out. Like, you know what I mean? Don't expect me to just have everything figured out, because that's not in our nature. Like, it's not in our nature. We explorers.
Yeah. For the microwave dude or the microwave chick.
Yeah, yeah. But then you got this woman that's just toxic. Like, you know what I mean? Like, like cheating is one thing, but I'm just saying, just being not supportive of your man that's a dead end. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, babe, I'm out. I'm doing a podcast right now. Well, how long is it gonna be? I don't even know. All right, well, I'm gonna just put your plate in the fridge.
Right.
That's who you want. You don't want the one, well, how long is it gonna be? I don't understand. Well, it shouldn't take that long. You don't want her. You know what I'm saying? She already being negative about a positive. How you turn a positive into a negative? You see what I'm saying? So that's what you got to look out for. That's before the looks and the you know, the fun and all that type of stuff. You got to see if she just even there for you. Like, you know?